Self-styled former baddest man on the planet Mike Tyson has been one of the most controversial personalities on the planet for the past 35 years. The former heavyweight king came up in the mid to late 80s, destroying all comers on his way to becoming the youngest heavyweight champion, but it didn't quite start off that way. Today we are discussing Tyson's earliest days fighting in smokers, plus his message for modern female rappers. First up, Tyson has fired a sensational warning to Canelo Alvarez. Arguably the greatest footballer ever to play the game, Lionel Messi, caused controversy recently after his Argentina team defeated their Mexican counterparts at the World Cup. The game finished 2-0 to the South Americans, with Messi himself opening the scoring midway through the second half. The result was sealed a few minutes before full-time as Enzo Fernandez completed the win for the Argentinians, who haven't won the World Cup since 1986. After the game, the players swapped shirts, as tradition dictates, but shortly afterwards, a video emerged that appeared to show Messi standing on a Mexican shirt in the Argentinian dressing room. This caused outrage online from Mexico fans, with one particularly high-profile Mexican speaking out. Saul Canelo Alvarez warned Messi that he wasn't happy with what he had seen, taking to social media to say, "Did you guys see Messi cleaning the floor with our jersey and flag? He better pray to God that I don't find him." After former Argentina striker Sergio Aguero and Sweden's Zlatan Ibrahimovic addressed Canelo and defended Messi, Mike Tyson also went to bat for him, saying, "Someone called Canelo threatened Messi. If he dares to touch Messi, I will have to return to the ring." And it seems the outpouring of support for Messi has hit home with Canelo, who took to Twitter shortly afterward to apologize. What did you guys make of Canelo's threats toward Messi? Tyson Fury has compared Alexander Usyk to Tyson and Ali next. As Tyson Fury finished Derek Chisora earlier this month, Alexander Usyk immediately took to the ring to come face-to-face with his rival. Fury had goaded the Ukrainian into joining him in the ring, almost certainly to hype a fight between the pair, and Usyk did not disappoint. The Gypsy King threw insults at Usyk, referring to his size and somewhat strangely calling him a rabbit, although we're still not sure what that means. But in an interview on the British sports radio show Talk Sport last week, Fury let go of his disparaging attitude towards Usyk, suggesting that he has what it takes to beat a big guy, having twice won against Anthony Joshua in the last two outings. Fury then suggested that Usyk could cause him problems, before comparing him to two other all-time greats, saying, "I've been searching the world. I've traveled all over to find a challenger who can beat me, and I can't find one. 14 years. Usyk's about 6 foot 3 inches and just under 16 stone. He's a pretty big boy. He's a lot bigger than Muhammad Ali was back in the day." He then went on to say that his rival is bigger than Holyfield, Tyson, Frazier, and Foreman, before explaining that Foreman was always known as Big George, and Usyk is known as Little Tiny Usyk, although they're the same size. This would surely be the fight of the year if they could figure out a deal. Who do you guys have if this one goes down in 2023? News of Tyson sharing a video call with Derek Chisora next. Chisora took on Tyson Fury last weekend, losing via TKO in the 10th for his fourth loss in the last 5, and it was recently revealed that the Big Briton shared a video call with Iron Mike Tyson, with some suggesting Chisora should now hang up the gloves. Mike Tyson checked in to show some support for the heavyweight following the fight. Chisora took to his Instagram story to post a picture of the pair sharing a call, with Mike raising his fist towards the camera. And speaking of the decision to stop the fight, Del Boy himself revealed that the ref was correct to call it, admitting to not doing much. He went on to say, "Fighters never want to stop, but that's why the refs are there, because we have to go home to our kids. It was fun. I did enjoy it. I'm not retiring yet. F that S. I want to go on the road now for more fights." What did you guys make of Chisora's performance? Time for retirement, or does he have more left in him? Another potential Hollywood role for Mike. Since retiring from the sport that made him Iron Mike, Tyson has appeared in numerous movies, mostly in cameo roles. The former baddest man on the planet is probably most famous for his appearance in the Hangover movies, but he has also had parts in other movies such as IP Man, Vendetta, and Rocky Balboa, and it seems that he could be back on the big screen in the near future, as Jackie Chan has recently suggested that the youngest heavyweight champion in boxing history could be set to appear alongside him in Rush Hour 4, which seems set to be given the go-ahead. Chan appeared at Saudi Arabia's Red Sea Film Festival last week, where he revealed we're talking about part 4 right now, but the script isn't right. I will see the director tonight and we will be talking about it. The Rush Hour franchise has proved to be one of the most popular film franchises Chan has been involved in over the course of his career, and adding Tyson to the cast will surely be a decision that will pique the interest of a lot of combat sports fans. Will you guys be heading to the theater to check this one out once it eventually drops? Give us your thoughts below. So what about these smokers Tyson was involved in back in the day? Boxing is a difficult sport to be involved in when just starting out, considering the fact that up-and-coming talents are paid so little. And as a black man in the mid-1980s, this was exactly the situation Mike Tyson found himself in. Of course, he had to do everything he could to make ends meet, which meant he was involved in some pretty shady underground boxing bouts. Tyson's fabled trainer, Cus D'Amato, wanted to keep him on the straight and narrow, but also understood that he needed to earn. He knew the competition in the junior ranks wasn't anywhere near good enough for the burgeoning talent of Mike Tyson, so he decided to throw him in with older men in unlicensed fights known as smokers, named due to the fact that there is usually a thick ring of smoke encircling the fighters. Thanks to the crowd being allowed to smoke, smokers are dangerous considering the fact that there is no professional referee and usually no doctors on hand. And speaking about those early experiences in his autobiography, Tyson said smokers were unsanctioned bouts, which basically meant they were lawless. There weren't any paramedics or ambulances waiting outside. If the crowd didn't like your performance, they didn't boo, they just fought one another to show how it was done. Tyson also admits to being terrified in the build-up to his first smoker, which is ironic considering the terror he would inflict on his opponents during his career. What else did Mike have to say? Well, admitting to being so scared I almost left, Tyson also explained that his first unsanctioned fight came against an 18-year-old Puerto Rican. Of course, this might not seem too crazy, but when you consider Mike was still in his early teens, you begin to realize just how nerve-wracking the experience was for him. Once he had gotten over the nerves, Tyson revealed how they went back and forth for the first couple of rounds before he knocked out his older opponent in the third, saying that he was out cold. As a literal child, Tyson had no idea about etiquette and admits to standing on his opponent's chest inside the ring. Of course, this didn't go down well, and Tyson revealed that the referee was none too pleased with his behavior as he told him, "Get the hell off him. What the F are you doing stepping on this guy?" Of course, those smokers almost certainly helped to shape the impressionable young Tyson into the killer he would become. And the man himself has revealed how invaluable those early experiences were, saying, "Those smokers meant so much to me, a lot more to me than the rest of the kids. The way I looked at it, I was born in hell, and every time I won a fight, that was one step out of it. If I hadn't had those smokers, I probably would have died in the sewers." Crazy, right? And finally, Tyson has sent a message to Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Nicki Minaj. Earlier this month, Mike sat down with legendary rapper and founding member of NWA, Ice Cube, to discuss all things hip-hop. Of course, Tyson himself is a rap enthusiast and has garnered close ties with rappers throughout his career. I mean, on the night Tupac died, he was in Vegas watching a Tyson fight, thanks to how close the pair were. Tyson and Cube discussed how the game has changed in recent times, as female rappers are now much more prominent than they once were back in Tupac's day. For example, ladies such as Nicki, Cardi, and Megan are now some of the most popular rappers on the planet and have redefined the genre somewhat. When asked by Tyson about the new crop of female rappers, the Compton rap icon replied, "I, like you, know Cardi B is flame. Nicki Minaj is playing up the new ones that's coming up. You know, Meg the Stallion dope. You know they got it, and that's why they're on top." And Mike seemed to be on board with Cube's assessment, simply saying it's their turn. What do you guys think? As always, thanks for dropping in on us today, and remember to swing by again next time when we will be discussing loads more exciting bits and pieces. And why not do us a big favor by liking and sharing today's video? Bye guys!